Alright, I'm gonna try to do this again. My camera glitched up on me. This is one thing that the WWE has to... They can't live up to their reputation here. They have to do better than that, because their reputation is giving the fans something good and then fucking it up somehow. I'm talking about CM Punk and The Rock. I give more of a fuck about this match after one promo than I did about Cena versus Rock after a year of build-up. They're doing it right. And I hope with all of my heart that the WWE doesn't go the predictable route and have The Rock beat CM Punk and be champion, and then Cena wins the Rumble, champion he faces at Rock, and then whoop-de-doo, we get Cena versus Rock 2 at Mania. I didn't give a fuck about that match then, and I won't give a fuck about it now if it happens again. In fact, I'll give less of a fuck about it because I've already seen it. WWE, listen to me. Listen to me. We want Cena, or not Cena, we want Punk versus Rock. We want Punk versus Austin. We want Punk versus Lesnar. Punk versus Taker. We want those type of matches. Stop shoving Cena down our throats. Actually listen to the fucking fans and give the fans what they want. Now, CM Punk and The Rock had a really awesome promo on Monday Night Raw. I'm not going to do a review of the whole show because, quite frankly, the whole show sucked. The only two good parts about it was the opening match, Cena and Dolph Ziggler, and then the TLC match with Punk and Ryback, and then, of course, the highlight of the whole show, in my opinion, the promo. And the thing I like about this promo is that, the thing I like about this whole feud in general, is that it's no secret. CM Punk and The Rock absolutely hate each other in real life. They don't have to act. You can go back and watch the promo and you can look in Punk's eyes the whole time The Rock was talking. Punk was just thinking, my God, I have so much shit to say that I cannot say on TV. Fuck. They absolutely cannot stand each other. It's not acting there. The thing I like about CM Punk is that he always tells the truth. He always tells the truth. And anybody saying he's just going off the script, cut your bullshit and watch his DVD. And then come back and tell me he's going off the script. That's why he was getting treated the way that he was. Is because he didn't say what they told him to say. He told him what he wanted to say. Because CM Punk is a guy that has worked his ass off to get where he's at, and he feels disrespected. He feels like the WWE Championship has been disrespected. He feels insulted that just because of who The Rock is, that he can just walk back in there after 7 years and get a title shot. Just like that. It's a known fact. And if you don't know this, you really need to watch his DVD. CM Punk was gonna leave. He was gonna leave. What happened was, Joey Mercury and CM Punk are actually really good friends in real life. And whenever he was getting ready to leave, he talked to Joey and they had a conversation. Well, when he did the shoot, and you know what I'm talking about, the shoot, whenever he sat on the stage, he literally walked into the arena. One of the writers or techs or whatever handed him a microphone and said, "You're going to love this. They want you to air your grievances. No script, no papers. Just go out there and speak your mind." And that's why they cut his mic off, because he went a little too far. He was gonna leave. He was gonna leave. And then he had that conversation with Joey Mercury. And Joey was like, "Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to leave?" And he was like, "To be honest, I want to change this place because this place is such a shithole right now. Nobody is getting treated fairly, including me. And I want to change that. I want to revolutionize this place." And then Joey Mercury was basically like, "Okay, we'll do it." So he marched back there. And he re-signed. He re-signed the night of Money in the Bank. And then they decided to make a storyline out of it about that he left and then he re-signed and came back with the title and all that. He had already re-signed before the match happened. But whenever he was going to leave, they were like, "You want to leave, that's fine, but we're going to make a storyline out of it." And Punk was like, "That's fine, do whatever you want to do because I am gone." He was going to leave. And you need to understand that. But he always speaks the truth, and he talks about how invisible children like little Jimmy are better positioned on Monday Night Raw than Tyson Kidd. Look at Tyson Kidd. And this is why I love CM Punk. Because he speaks the truth and he's not afraid to do it. He doesn't just go out there and cater to the fans like everybody else. He's a heel, but he's a new kind of heel. He doesn't need a script. He just goes out there and he speaks his mind. And I think that CM Punk's mind is one of the most dangerous weapons that this world has ever known. Because, like I said, he talks about things like that. He talks about how Daniel Bryan, a submission specialist, belittles himself with catchphrases. Why? So that he can still have a good position in the company. Brodus Clay, a 400-pound monster, comes out there and dances, plays his role. What was it that he said? There's a glass ceiling and nobody's allowed to break it. The more people like you, the more money you make and the more opportunities you get. And that really sucks, but it is what it is. That is the truth. And I'm not going to come on here and say I hate The Rock, because I don't. I don't share CM Punk's opinion of The Rock at all, but I can understand why he would have it. But I grew up watching The Rock. It was The Rock, Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels. Those are my three guys right there. And this match is going to be absolutely epic. This match is going to be the definition of awesomeness. This match will be the match of the night. This match will top the Rumble itself. And I can promise you that. And like I said, I hope that the WWE doesn't go the predictable route. I'm afraid they will. I'm afraid we are going to get Cena Rock 2 at Mania. But I really hope that that doesn't happen. I really hope that the WWE can open their fucking eyes. Just like I said in my last video about the Divas Division versus the TNA Knockouts. I really hope that they can open their eyes and realize what they're doing. And realize that in the end, all they're doing is costing themselves money and costing themselves fans. Because the more that they do this shit, the more people walk out. The more people leave. The more people say, you know what, I'm done. I can't take watching this shit anymore. Punk deserves to be exactly where he's at. Nobody gave him a chance. Do you understand that we wouldn't even know who CM Punk is if it wasn't for Paul Heyman? Like I said, watch his DVD. Paul Heyman is the one that pushed to get him put on TV. Because Vince McMahon didn't want to do it. Because everybody else, everybody that Vince asked, told him the same thing. Do not put him on TV. Do not put CM Punk on TV. Because your show will never be the same. And it wasn't. But change is not always a bad thing. This is a good kind of change, because whether people agree with Punk or disagree with him, everybody wants to know what he has to say. Every time CM Punk comes out, the first place people look, it's not at his Titantron video. It's not at what new shirt he has on. It's at his hand to see if he's holding a microphone. Because if he comes out with a microphone, you know that shit is about to go down. The Rock, one of the funniest guys in the history of the WWE, one of the greatest in-ring performers in the history of the WWE. He calls himself the most electrifying man in all of entertainment. The People's Champion. I want CM Punk to win this match. But growing up watching The Rock like I did, I wouldn't necessarily mind seeing The Rock as champion one last time either. But like I said, if The Rock does in fact beat CM Punk at the Rumble, I really hope that John Cena doesn't win the Rumble. Because if that happens, then it will be the most predictable road to WrestleMania in the history of this company. CM Punk versus The Rock should be epic. I'm just waiting for the WWE to do what they've done so many times before to so many other people. Bury him. I don't want it to happen, but I'm waiting for it to happen, and I'm surprised that it hasn't happened already. Because you look at guys like Tyson Kidd, they built him up, they built him up, they built him up, they gave him matches with Antonio Cesaro, they gave him matches with Tensai. He won some of those matches, and where is he now? Where is Tyson Kidd now? Kofi Kingston, you build him up, build him up, build him up, have him go on a pretty decent run as IC champion, and then you have him lose in 5 seconds to the Big Show. Daniel Bryan, you build him up and build him up and build him up as this submission specialist that can't be stopped, that nobody can hang with. And you have him lose in 18 seconds at WrestleMania. WWE, people don't always want to laugh. You need to stop turning serious things into jokes. Some things should be taken seriously. Like this whole thing at the Rumble, the CM Punk match at the Rumble. I wouldn't be surprised at all to see CM Punk talking to Paul Heyman or something, turn right around into a rock bottom, 1, 2, 3, it's over. And I would be absolutely disgusted. I would throw up in my mouth if that happened. WWE, listen to me. You have to do this right. If you do this right, it will change the very foundation of this company. But if you do this wrong, like I'm afraid you will, it will also change the very foundation of your company. You have to wake up, think about things, book things right, and don't just throw something together. I want CM Punk to win this match, but like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing The Rock win. But I have a feeling that this match is going to be one of the most epic matches in the history of this company. And I really hope I'm right. Because I also have a feeling that CM Punk is going to get buried here pretty soon. And I really hope I'm wrong. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Peace out.